A site for tweets. There's a couple things going on here. Pretty much we have a list of all the tweets here at the bottom. We keep track of the remaining characters here with this character remaining. We have a post button that we call submit button, and then we also get textual input from the user that we call text input. I'm going to start with this character's remaining guy right here. Pretty much we see his class starts as non-negative, but if I exceed 30 characters, his class changes to negative, and then this becomes bold and red. So I'm going to now change it to the acceptable number, and we see that it lets us post. But pretty much that's the key idea there, is that changes. And if we just try to do blank, it's not going to let us do that, and it also won't let us just post nothing. The bulk of this logic happens here in the script, but I guess we'll take a peek at the style first. We see the neg and the non-neg classes, and these are as we expect: red and bold, normal, and light gray. These really don't matter so much. So we'll jump into the JavaScript right now. We have a couple things hard-coded. We have the max tweet length of 30. We have the username that I just hard-code as my name. Pretty much we have this function right here where we update the characters remaining. And what we want to do is we actually call that as soon as the page is loaded. We see that right here, document is ready. And so pretty much when the page is loaded, this gets set to 30. And then also every time we make a change to the text input, we also call this function, and so that's how we know that a change is made, and this is updated accordingly. Something that we do is we check if it exceeds the 30 mark that we have. If it does, we change the class to neg, and we disable this button. Otherwise, we do the inverse. We have some similar stuff going on for this button right here. Pretty much when we click the button, we want to call the post function, or when we press the enter key, we want to call the post button. So I can just press enter here, and that'll actually go. This is me pressing enter on a blank, so obviously that doesn't work, but this works as expected. And so the actual logic for that is pretty much right here, where we just get the length, we make sure it doesn't exceed the length, we make sure if we strip it, it's not just blank space, and then pretty much what we do is we just append it with the username, and then we prepend it to this all tweets, and then that gets displayed right here. And so yeah, that's pretty much Tweeter, site for tweets.